As Native Americans work to rebuild our nations and renew our economies, it is time to finally liberate tribes and tribal members from federal oversight. While the federal government must abolish its discriminatory laws, Indigenous communities must also strengthen their own tribal laws. Across the country, Indigenous communities are reforming their governments and reviving private sector economies. Tribes with diverse languages and cultures are reasserting jurisdiction over their land and people, reestablishing tribal sovereignty. Beyond escaping oversight from the federal government, successful tribes are actively restoring the rule of law to spur increased economic activity. That means clarifying tribal jurisdiction, upholding and enforcing contracts, and creating an attractive investment climate. Critical for encouraging economic activity, tribes like the Pasca Yaqui are establishing independent judiciaries or relying on arbitration like the Navajo Nation peacemaking program to settle business disputes without political manipulation. In Nebraska, the Winnebago tribe built a casino to generate an influx of capital for their nation. This was the first step of a strategic plan for meaningful self-governance and economic prosperity. Instead of only distributing profits to tribal members, the Winnebago tribe established Ho-Chunk Incorporated, an independent economic development corporation that financed the infrastructure necessary to attract investors, businesses, and residents to the reservation and to create jobs. The Winnebago enacted and strengthened tribal laws and tax codes to free their economy from outdated federal laws and regulations. They reestablished trade with neighboring tribes. Within 1 decade, median household income increased over 60%, and reservation poverty was reduced to just 5%. By enacting tribal laws, explains legal scholar and Ho-Chunk CEO Lance Morgan, the tribe expands and flexes its sovereignty. It's really quite simple. Federal Indian law is restrictive, and tribal law is expansive. In Colorado, the Southern Ute tribe exercised their sovereignty to tap oil and gas resources without harming their natural environments. They used their oil and gas dollars to diversify their economies and provide monetary dividends, crucial infrastructure, social services, health insurance, and college education to tribal members. Across the country, diverse tribes are finding ways to benefit from modern market economies while protecting their unique customs and culture. But they have some things in common. Successful Indigenous economies have legal institutions that respect the rule of law and ensure the enforceability of contracts. Despite the persistence of colonial obstacles, many Native Americans are regaining control over their lives and their resources. This economic renaissance in Indigenous communities is about more than prosperity. It's about dignity. As Bill Yellowtail, member of the Upsalika Crow, explains,
Indian sovereignty means re-equipping Indian people with the dignity of self-sufficiency, the right not to depend upon the white man, the government, or even the tribe. This is not a new notion. It is only circling back to the ancient and most crucial of Indian values, and understanding that the power of the tribal community is founded upon the collective energy of strong, self-sufficient, self-initiating, entrepreneurial, independent, healthful, and therefore powerful individual persons. Human beings, Indians.